Hey Virgo, happy birthday, bitch! I say it all the time. Virgos make the freaking world go round. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. But I do feel like in your birthday season, you are going to be tested by how much you let yourself lean into faith and therefore play and relax and have fun and chill and let the divine do the divine's job versus you trying to do the divine's job. Hydrate, get your water, get your weed, get the things because we about to get into it. Hey Virgo, it's your girl Jay, the High Priestess, back at it again with the general tarot reading for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Virgo season 2024. I'm so ready for Virgo season. Y'all know my favorite moon placement is the moon in Virgo. It's like I just love a good get your shit together sesh. I'm just here for it. It's I'm a Vedic Virgo rising, and maybe that's what it is. But there's just something spectacular about you guys' energy. And before I talk about it, let's clear out the space. All right. Creating a safe space for my benevolent ancestors. Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth, thanking you for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Virgo season 2024. Baby. All right. Like I said, hydrate, light it if you got it. Or if you need it, you know, Virgo, yeah, you kind of need it. So I'm gonna let you get away with that. It's so weird. I haven't been smoking weed anyway. Um, Mercury retrograding in your sign, and then going back. Mercury, your ruling planet, and then going back into Leo is doing this thing where it's like exposing everyone's heart. It's exposing everyone's behavior. It's like all of this shit has like got to come to the surface. Things have got to come to light so that you can move forward with accurate information. You can move forward with accuracy. You can move forward as efficiently as you would like when you know the whole truth, when you have, like the status of everyone's true colors. And I have these glasses on because there's something here about you striving for some fucking balance, babe. Like, it's time to, like, yes, things may be chaotic and things may be blowing up left and right, but at some point, when are you going to allow yourself to understand 2:22 on the clock that no matter how masterful you are in orchestrating your life and harnessing things where you want them to be, you are not in control. And everything that is happening for you. So you might as well chillax while the bombs go off, Like, there's something also about you learning how to lean into play. That's why I busted the rave glasses out. Because there's something about play. And that playfulness, I feel like, is going to display a certain level of faith. You letting yourself play is going to display some faith. Go watch the Virgo season astrology video that has all the intricate astrological aspects and transits that you need to pay attention to. I also just saw 321 go. So I feel like things are absolutely taking off in your birthday season. It just isn't going the way that you plan it. And the less that you try to control or do the divine's job, the more peace you're going to be able to experience. I say it to the crew, to the squad all the time. Spartan Spirit Squad knows. All you can control is what you voluntarily put into your body, whether you react or respond, and what you do about your intentions. Everything else is outside of your jurisdiction. So it's time to make, like, reassess what is in your lane. what's in your lane for you to control, and stop racking your brain, stressing yourself out, going to like this manic place within, trying to do God's job. Stop that. So Mercury is already retrograded back into Leo. On September 9th, he comes back into your sign, and I feel like everything starts to make sense again. It's like we just had to have this purging. We just had to have this cleanse. Things are up 4:44 on the clock. Yes, keep seeing 4:44 on the right path for sure. And not only are you on the right path, but it's like this, the little, the mini crises, the big crises, all this stuff had to come to a surface to like it's like you had to experience this conflict, these conflicts, so that you could like move from a place of truth. So it's like there's a new foundation that had to be, like new concrete had to be laid. Let all the cracks in the foundation, let them all come to the surface. Let yourself like really see everything, because you're being set up for a very particular brand of greatness, and at some point you're going to have to call yourself out and stop leaning so hard on your logic and on your masculine energy, and remember the power of your divine feminine energy, which is soft but also strong and receptive and creative, and understands that it doesn't need to chase shit. It comes to you. There's something about that vibe. I don't need to chase shit. It comes to me. I've already done my part. I've already set in motion the things that I intend to do. I'm already actively doing my part. And so I don't need to force anything. I don't need to like generate all this struggle for myself. So, all right, I'm ready. Let's dive in. Asking for the most. I've had a sore throat, so don't mind the rasp. But Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth, thanking you for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Virgo season 2024. I hope to see you over on Patreon. Patreon will get this first. Patreon.com/JustJEverything. Over there, they get the plunge where we're going to clarify all of these cards. It's really not that expensive. Like, it really isn't. It's like guidance every day. Say less. Okay, so I like that they're taking their time. They want to be specific. They want to match your specificity. I knew that was going to happen. Okay, the Emperor reversed. I feel like this is kind of a call out. Some of you are being fucking neurotic. Some of you are being a little tyranty. This is a sign to me that you are way too deep into your masculine energy. We all have masculine and feminine energy inside of us, and the goal is to merge them both. But some of you have been a bit of a control freak. Some of you have been out of balance, and that balance wants to come in. Also, some of you are displaying behavior like your father did, or there could be some shift in your connection with your father. Checking in with the health of your father, possibly. I feel like some of us, like Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, I'm saying us because I'm leaning into your energy, but there's something here about You're not making order of the chaos. Some of you are contributing to the chaos with your neuroses and manic behavior. And you've got a whole throne available to you. But in that throne, on that throne, some of you are self-sacrificing. Some of you are being like, yes, you're being of service to other people, but I feel like some of you are really allowing yourself to be taken advantage of, and or have let yourself be taken advantage of so much that now your anger is popping out. Now, like, you just maybe really okay, the first thing to be clarified on the selenite throne, I feel like, is your emotional responses, how you're dealing with your anger, how you're processing and expressing your anger, your rage, your helplessness. I think that's the root of it, is like there's something there around you need help, and you've gotten so used to telling everybody, I got it, it's on me, I'll handle it, I can do everything at once, blah, blah, blah. And now you don't have any help and you're pissed. Or people just expect you to handle it. And now you're like, well, what the fuck? I do everything for everybody. And it's giving a little martyry. And that's okay. Like I said, Virgos make the world go round. Y'all get shit done. I'm proud of you. I really, really am, because I know that you're doing it. I know you're trying. But when you put yourself in that position to take on everything and be in control of everything and handle everything, and you don't ask for your needs to be met, there's something around like getting into martyr mode, which is like, I do everything for everybody and nobody does anything for me. And it's like, all you had to do was say no. All you had to do was ask for help. All you had to do was set a boundary. And so now your anger may be out of control, or you may be holding back anger or bottling up your anger. 11:11 on the clock, and you need to let yourself believe that there is a reset coming, but you get to generate the reset that will make your wishes come true. And the reset needs to be understanding that it takes a fucking village. So you've got to let other people help you. You've got to let other people show up for you. I feel like it's really important for you to get grounded. Please continue for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Virgo season 2024. I feel like the key to everything syncing up for you in your physical body is you getting back into nature consistently, and you need to have your feet in the grass. Get a grounding sheet for your bed. Eat grounding foods. I feel like your armor is showing, and you are in this very defensive place, very defensive, ungrounded place. And that it's very easily resolved. But you got to start with your body first. And stop leaning or prioritizing your masculine energy over. It's almost like you're telling your feminine energy, like you're inadvertently telling your feminine energy that you don't value it because it doesn't move at the pace you want it to move at. You want it here, you want it now, you want it fast. And you don't get to dictate that, babe. Just because you've seen the results of your labor, and the results of your pushiness work in your favor before, doesn't mean it's always going to be like that. Please continue for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. 2 of Wands reversed. And so there's something about getting back to the reason why, getting back to why you're doing what you're doing. 2 of Pentacles. So lots of choices coming up. The center of the reading is like, you've got to take a fine-tooth comb through how much you've taken on, how much responsibility you've taken on. Can you delegate? And how much can you handle amidst these emotional roller coasters, amidst all of these changes in your life, amidst all of this chaos? It's time for you to get honest and say what needs to be said. Shit or get off the pot. There's something about like take heed to the calling on your life. Virgo, y'all are some of the most slept on intuitives of the zodiac. Your shadow is Pisces, which is the ultimate psychic. Like you have access, y'all be knowing. And it's time to start acting on that intuition, acting on that knowing. I feel like you have a very specific calling on your life, and the divine is asking you to pay attention to yourself. For those of you who are dealing with legal issues, I feel like you get the verdict comes out in your birthday season. Final card, final message for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Thank you. And you're being called to let it go. Some of y'all are going to have to pay some money. Some of y'all are going to have to like pay monetarily for some of the mistakes that you've made. But it puts you in this position where I feel like this is a karmic cleanse out. Bottom of the deck is the Six of Cups. You just like how you're about to have to shell something out, you are going to like, it's like making room for you to receive as well. So there may be somebody with Aries or Scorpio placements, or someone in authority, a boss, a coach, a lawyer, or, you know, somebody that you may not like their attitude, or your connection with them may be off. Their energy, the way that they, you know, handle you or talk to you may be a bit off. But it's revealing what needs to be revealed. I feel like you're learning what you need to learn about these people. This whole season just feels like this is a reset. Your ruling planet, Mercury, is retrograde. And that's what this is about: reimagining, reevaluating, redesigning, reconfiguring, I think I said reevaluating. Like what the empire looks like. The empire, whatever it is you're trying to build, it's being reconfigured. The dream is being reconfigured. And the Two of Wands reverse is like you are so divinely supported to slow the fuck down and take a fine-tooth comb through everything. You've taken like the world on your shoulders, like you've let the weight of the world be on your shoulders. And I just feel like there's something about, are you going to choose to keep juggling this way? Are you going to choose to keep hustling this way? Yes, I know you know how to outsource, but you need to, and delegate, but you need to do it a little bit more. I feel like there's something about different tasks that need to be taken on by other people. There could be someone with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements that you're needing to ask for help. I feel like you know who these people are. And I also feel like there's something that's being revealed where you know who you can't rely on anymore. And when people show you who they are, believe them. Some of you, if you don't get your anger in check, there's going to be a really big blowout. There's going to be this could be an arguments, confrontation, legal action being taken. And I just feel like in some sort of way, if you don't listen to your gut, you're going to end up paying the price, because you're being asked divinely to let it go. Let go of control. Let go of that scarcity and lack mentality. Let go of that fear-based life. I'm telling you, you're being asked to move into the chillaxing, faith-based version of yourself. God got me. I have access to infinite resources and abundance. I don't need to worry. The divine is my supply. I will be taken care of. We have the experience we expect. And we have the experience we prepare for. So a lot of us are out here preparing for asking the universe for the best, but preparing for the worst. And we're like confused why we aren't getting what it is we asked for, because your actions have reflected that you don't have faith that you can have that thing that you want, that prosperity, that comfortability, that love relationship, that like mutuality, the help or whatever. the example that this may be a bad example, but it's like, okay, you want a luxury, that you want an apartment, you want a house, but instead of doing the work to prepare for getting a house and to apply for it and all the things, you're online scouring the interwebs for apartments, or like homeless shelters or housing, you know what I mean? Like emergency, like, you got to be out of your place. You really want a house and you're asking the divine, you're trying to use your faith to get a house, but you're over here looking at 1-2 bedroom apartments when you need a house, when you're asking God for a house, as opposed to looking for the apartments. Why aren't you looking for furniture to fill this house? Understanding, I know what's for me can't miss me. I have access to that. And so I feel like there's a lot going on with you figuring out what it is that you believe in, and making sure that you get really clear about like what faith you're connected to. What you believe in is going to dictate your behavior. When you truly have faith that the divine got you, that God got you, you act a certain way and you don't behave another way. And I feel like our level of faith absolutely dictates our behavior. That was just a revelation for me. Okay, so another example, it's like, that you want to go, that you want to be married. That you want to be in a committed relationship. But when you go out on dates and people are like, I'm not looking for anything serious, I'm just trying to like see what's up, what's going on, and what's out there, and yada yada, and you're like, okay, me too, yeah. Versus being like, sorry, I'm looking for my divine counterpart. I'm out here trying to find my spouse. It's been lovely. Have a good night. Make sure that your words aren't counteracting your manifestations, because we often joke ourselves into unhappy situations. I'm noticing that there's no cups. Oh, well, we got the 6 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. But the cards that came out, there is no air and there's no water. Well, the Judgment card has water in it, and it is a Pluto Scorpio card. So we'll count that. But interesting, both of the water cards that are out are scorpionic. 6 of Cups is Sun in Scorpio, and Judgment is Pluto. And Pluto is Hades. Pluto is the planet of the underworld. Pluto is the planet of, Pluto is, Hades is the god of the underworld. Pluto is a planet of ordeals and the transformations that arise from those ordeals. And so I do feel like you are experiencing ordeals that are meant to transform you. But they're going to ask you to look at your current emotional and spiritual foundation. Are you letting yourself receive help? And when did this start? Some of you have been used to doing everything on your own, all by yourself, since you were a child. And there's something here about slowing down and accessing that inner child, connecting to that inner child. Hey, Lil Bay, you being horizontal, you being in a prayerful and or meditative state, whatever it is that you subscribe to. Hey, Lil Bay, come hang out with me. Mom and dad dropped the fucking ball in some areas, and I won't drop the ball with you. What do you need? Do you need play? Do you need structure? Do you need fun? Do you need activities? Do you need just nurturance? Do you need connection? What is it that you need? I will show up for you. Take care of that little person inside of you. Tend to that inner child and or teenager. I feel like you need to know how old your inner child is. What are they doing? What are they wearing? You know, are they oblivious running through a field of daisies, or is, you know, Lil Bay in a closet crying somewhere? And I think that's why these father wounds are coming up. It makes sense. Mercury is retrograde into Leo, has retrograded back into Leo. And Leo is the sign of the good father. Not all of you had a good father. And some of you had, but some of you had great fathers that still didn't show up the way that they needed to, or stand up for you the way that you needed to. So a lot of us have become the men that we needed in our lives, have become the authority figures that we needed. And I feel like you need a break, babe. I'm excited to clarify this in the plunge. Patreon.com/JustJEverything. For free shit, check out my Instasham at JustJ_everything. TikTok at JustJEverything. And for other dope shit that I do, my website, JustJEverything.com. Over there you can book readings with me. There's the Salvage Spirit Apothecary. You can get a blend. Explore. All the links are in the description box below. But what I also am looking at is the center of this reading is the Two of Pentacles. And this is another card that makes me feel like, okay, the Emperor reversed. Feet are the first thing I'm seeing. So grounding. Feet up top, grounding. And then the final card, feet at the top, grounding. Some of you are so terrified about what's going on financially that you don't realize your anxiety and you observing the lack constantly is drawing in more lack to you. This is the time for you to like call on your faith and start talking to the God of your understanding about your financial situation. Bruh, you know, sis, ma'am, sir, whatever you believe, like enlighten me and make plain to me what is the plan. Please, like, fill my heart with peace. I need peace. I need comfort in this moment. Ask for what you need, because certainty is a fucking illusion. Nothing is certain. And in the ways that that's the story of the Wheel of Fortune, the ways that you're up at the top, in a blink of an eye, the divine can, in the universe, can have you at the bottom of the bottom. Because there's cycles in life. And there's something about plugging back into your belief system so that you can hear. Virgo, you are so smart. You are so wise. You are so powerful. You are so intelligent. You are so receptive. You are so intuitive. You are so incredible. And we need you just to listen to your higher self. Because I do feel like y'all are being pulled in a different direction. You're being asked to listen with different ears. You're trying to listen through the lens of logic versus listening and communicating through the lens of faith. And so some of you are being put in a position where you've done all this work and you've generated all this power, and your options feel fucked. You feel like, I don't have any options. You feel like I don't know what to do. You've got to get back to why you started this, why you went in this direction. It's time to really reevaluate your relationship with your own personal power. Now, to zoom out a little bit, I feel like some of you are really need to reevaluate your leniency on masculine, strong, independent woman, I don't need a man, boss bitch vibes energy. You need to like reevaluate that, because that's not the fucking move anymore. And Virgo, like, you are the sign of the divine feminine. Like, even your archetype is a woman. Like, you are a feminine sign. But we love a bitch who can do both. You know, we love a person who can do both. But it's time to do both. not just the leaning into the hyper masculinity, leaning into the hyper independence. That's not the move for you anymore, babe. And I feel like you're used to having all the world in your hands. You're used to having all this power. And the divine's like, what happens when I put you in a bind? What happens when you're stuck between a rock and a hard place? Who do you call on? Who do you believe in? It's got to be more than just yourself. And if you find yourself taking care of a whole bunch of people or surrounded by people that you can't fucking rely on or call on or ask for help, it's time to like reevaluate the clip. I feel like you're being asked to really reevaluate your decisions, really reevaluate, and understanding that not everything needs to be a logical decision. I feel like it's this retrograde is forcing you to slow down so you can learn the difference between a logic-based decision and a heart-based decision, a fear-based decision and a faith-based decision. Because the divine's like, yo, 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 I'm gonna keep fucking shit up until you evaluate your workload and how much responsibility you're taking on for everything. Some of you are taking on so much responsibility for other people's shit that you're robbing them of their ability to develop autonomously or to develop their autonomy or develop their sovereignty, which they're going to eventually fucking resent you for. That's the fucked up part. Is like you do all this stuff for everybody and then all of a sudden they're like, I don't know how to do anything for myself. My mom did everything and blah 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 and fuck that bitch. Now I don't know and it's like, you got a fucking nerve. I did all of this for you and now you got a nerve to resent me or be mad because I showed up in this level. That's how you know it's time to back off. It helps people when you allow them to like do the work for themselves. They need to, all humans need to know like what they're capable of. But some of you may be really robbing other people of the ability to figure out what they're capable of because you're taking on every ounce of the responsibility, doing every chore, like, no. Your kid needs to know how to clean the bathroom. Your kid needs to know how to clean the house. Like there's little things, your husband needs to know how to make a meal, needs to know how to like do stuff for himself. The kids need to learn how to manage money versus you doing everything. You know what I mean? Like and I say the kids, but it's like that could be your sister or your best friend. Like be careful taking on all of the work for yourself. It's going to cause you headaches. It's going to cause you stress. It's going to cause you physical distress taking on everything for yourself. And I feel like the center of the reading is really at like the heart of Virgo season is asking you to like look at your obligations, look at your choices. What choices have you previously made that we're not doing this again? And get clear about, okay, this version of you that's made it, what does their workload look like? What does their day-to-day workload look like? How do they feel when they're done with work? How do they feel when they're done with, all the things that they have to do? And how can you start bridging the gap between where you're at now and that version of you that's made it? Because you are being divinely called to a higher purpose. Some of you are going to be changing industries. Some of you are going to be changing fields. Some of you are going to be changing jobs, careers. Some of y'all are going to be changing partners. Some of you are going to be having like a really big blowout. Some of you are going to be finally getting the news that you've been waiting for. And all of it is a big slap in the face. Like you're stressing yourself the fuck out because you're not, it's like you're so used to stressing out about it that you're finding comfort in that. Some of you have built a luxury home in your anxiety. And it's like time to really figure out, what are you clinging to? The writing is on the wall. The cracks in the foundation have shown you are being reborn. You're going to have to get, you're going to be forced to get comfortable with intimacy and listening and reconnecting to the God of your understanding, whatever that may be. But you have to let go and stop clinging to the fear and learn how to have faith and learn that you can be receptive and that you are worthy of receiving. You are worthy of receiving help. Get into the plunge a little bit, but there is going to be a divine reset for you. I feel like there's good news coming in about money, good news coming in about work, good news coming in that's going to put you in a position to really reassess who you are and what the next phase of you looks like, what the next phase of your life looks like. And I feel like that new moon in Virgo on September 2nd will be calling you the fuck out. There are going to be events, people, things that are going to really be calling you out. Okay, one more thing. I just want to, for those of you who are dealing with people with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or Scorpio placements, there will be a shift. Either y'all are going in different directions, you're making different decisions, or there's some sort of like proverbial come to Jesus that's happening. But I feel like the Aries, the fire sign, the Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or the Scorpio, or the Aquarius is going in a different direction, making a different move. They may be striking out on their own or not listening to you, not taking your advice in some sort of way. And you can't control them. They're going to do what they want to do either way. So let people be who they are. I feel like for those of you who are dealing with someone else with Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements, this person is really trying. I feel like this person is really, really trying. And because they didn't like learn earlier or something, they may be paying for it. There could just be some sort of like paying for their mistakes, paying for impatience, paying for the fear, paying for the indecision, paying for procrastination. But talk about this stuff with them. Don't let the resentment just be stored in your body. Talk about the things that you're mad about. Talk about your fears. But I feel like at first before you talk to this person, I feel like you need to be talking to God. You need to be talking to the universe about all that you're experiencing, so you don't rip other people apart who are really trying their hardest. And so that you can stop ripping your damn self apart, because you are trying. Some of you are not asking too much. You're just asking the wrong people. Some of you are expecting people to have the same toolkit that you have. The same tool bag that not everybody was born with the same tool bag that you acquired, you know, or that you like built for yourself. Those of you who are dealing with, I feel like specifically don't try to control the Aquarius. They will buck on you. They will go in a completely different direction and really say like, fuck your feelings if you try to be too controlling. This Scorpio as well may really, really call you out in a way that is combative, or call you out in a way that really reveals how much they care, and that really reveals how much they're seeing you not caring for yourself properly. For those of you who have children, I feel like your kids need more of you. They don't need monetary, they don't just need things, they need their parent. And so there's something about spending more quality time with the kids, deepening the quality time, like expanding it, making it richer, making it fuller. But Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, I feel like a big thing with while Mercury is retrograde in Leo, you're gonna be forced to deal with any daddy issues that you have or father wounds that you have. That shit is gonna come up. The lack of a father, or the way that your father maybe didn't stand up for you, or maybe dealing with the anger around things. There's like whatever your situation, whatever wounding there is with your father, that stuff is going to come up. And because it's speaking to your relationship to authority, and some of you have major issues with authority. And so this could be you getting into a fight with a boss that's a masculine or has heavily masculine energy, getting in a fight with a coach, or getting in a fight with your father, or having these aha moments around your issues with masculine energy, paternal energy, and authority. That stuff is coming up. Some of you are realizing like you can't work for yourself because you can't take fucking, I mean, you can't work for somebody because you can't take fucking direction from nobody, or you can't hold a job or maintain a relationship because you can't take constructive criticism, though your ass be dealing it out, dishing it out so hard with the quickness. I feel like there's all this stuff about you being able to dish it out, but you can't take it, and that stuff's gonna come up. There are some major come to Jesus, for lack of a better phrase, um, moments that are happening in your birthday. And I love this for you because it's going to have you operating from this place of like purity and like starting over. And then when Mercury goes into Virgo, you're going to be facing the mommy wounds. There is this brand new cycle in the realm of your mind that's being initiated. And because all is mental, that's the faculty that the divine's working on the most with you, because you're leaning way too much on that versus operating from your heart. I love you. It's time to get into it. I'll see you over on Patreon, patreon.com/JustJEverything. Let's get into it. All right, Virgo, let's get into it. Now that I'm looking at it in a different light, I feel like in some sort of way, you've given your power away, or some of your power feels like it's been taken away, and the divine gave it back to your inner child. You're going to have to go in and hang out with that inner child, figure out what it is that you're neglecting about yourself so that you can re-access that power. Some of you have given your power away to other people, and so the divine is finally making you aware of it. Only 2 major arcana. The rest of the season has to do with your decisions, your micro decisions, the day-to-day choices, daily choices, which your sign governs. So the divine redirect comes in the beginning of your season. I feel like it already has been happening. And towards the end, there's this like out of this shift that happens that's out of your control. But some of you are expressing either too much or too little power, and you feel like your power is latent. Some of you think that your power is latent or you don't have enough power, and you're being forced to get more assertive. Some people are looking to you and you're shying away. Some of you have lots of knowledge, but you don't share it. Some of you could be struggling with standing up to authority, or you're being told to stand up, or your gut is telling you to stand up to authority, but you're shying away in some sort of way, or you need to do it your way, and it doesn't have to be traditional, and that's okay. If you have, like, I feel like a lot of you have experienced success by way of doing things in a non-traditional way, or you will experience success whenever you let go of conformity and tradition and rules. um but this is like, yo, look at your goals, look at what's in your lane that you can do, what's within your power to get you to your goals, and get it done. I feel like some of you may need to be really tough on yourself, while the others, I feel like, have been way too harsh on yourself. You know where you're at. Um, in love, there could be something that you're noticing is unequal about your relationship. You are unhappy, or you are overbearing, or controlling and authoritative, or you may be experiencing that from your partner. Either way, you've got to talk about it before it becomes an explosion, before all the resentment pours out and you end up letting go of something that you could have worked on and held on to. For those of you that are single, I would really advise you not playing the sugar daddy game. Don't do that. There could just be issues with control. Some of you are struggling with a lack of self control. Um, and some of you are just starting to realize what you're doing isn't in sync. It's not working. And you may be having a hard time seeing how greedy or dominating people are, or seeing that greed or dominance within yourself. You may be like fearing the loss of power, or and like, you, in your place of fear, you may actually be creating suffering for other people. Like, there's still so much to develop, there's still so much more info and ideas that are going to come to light, and you're rising to your power, but you've got to learn how to regulate your shit. Please clarify the Emperor reversed for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Virgo season 2024. Three of Cups and the Knight of Wands. Some of you are very tempted to cheat. Some of you are very tempted to flirt. Some of you are very attempted, very tempted to cheat, to flirt, to seek external validation because your current partner may be being a tyrant, or you may be dissatisfied in some sort of way. And I really feel like if you do, you'll get caught. So don't do that. Work towards communicating that healing can happen, and then bam. Like, all you got to do is talk about it. For those of you who are tempted to, like, fuck around, someone's going to find out, when all you could have done is just been honest, gotten transparent, say, hey, this is what I want us to feel like, this is what I want us to get moved towards, and we're not feeling that. So let's work on it and do the right thing, not what our ego is really pushing us to do. You could really fuck something up here this season if you aren't allowing yourself to be honest about who you are and how you feel. Some of you may be in a position where you think your partner is cheating, or is, you may be noticing maybe they're drinking too much, or you're drinking too much, or some of you are tempted to be really reckless in an attempt to numb emotions, or in an attempt to feel good. And I feel like if you don't face the truth, you will end up being in a place of regret and having to pay for it in some sort of way. Please clarify the Two of Wands reversed. Yeah, a lot of us are struggling with the fact that we're being driven by previous pain, motivated by previous pain. Some of you are still in the, like, I got you, sucker. I'll show you. You'll, blah, blah, blah. Like, you watch me do so much better than you. Watch me, whatever it is. I feel like there's just, like, kind of fucked up motives. Don't go backwards. Don't go back to some of you, maybe also, there may be somebody coming back from the past that was mean to you or harsh with you. Do not go backwards. There's mental conflict that's putting you in a position of being very indecisive. And you don't need to make any big moves until, especially until after September 1st. I know Mercury goes direct on the 28th, but I'm going to give you a couple days. I feel like you need to wait until September 1st before you make any big decisions. Because Mercury, your ruling planet, is still exposing all this pain to you. Exposing all, like, it's still exposing these pieces of your heart to you. The ways that you're stuck in the past, the ways that this person, this Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius is still stuck in the past. You don't have all the information yet. You're not emotionally settled and content yet. So you don't need to make any big decisions. Make no sudden moves. Please clarify the Two of Pentacles. Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. The Hierophant reverse. Especially if this is about leaving a marriage or leaving a commitment or leaving a job. Make no sudden moves. Some of you are just in a place where you really just you want to break free. You know, and it's just not time yet. Like, just chill out. Some of you, I feel like the status quo is being challenged. There's like something about like being liberal and non-conforming and like spiritual wisdom that wants to come in from a non-traditional way, freedom wanting to come in. There's something there also about like alternative lifestyles or alternative ways of doing things. Some of you may be really feeling restricted by policies, procedures, restricted by the law, not feeling like the law is showing up for you in some sort of way, or justice is like not really showing up for you in some way. Some of you want to break the rules. Some of you really are questioning, why do we do things like this around here? And you need to figure out, are you in alignment with your values, or are you being a rebellious teenager? Which is why it keeps coming up to start hanging out with your inner child and or teenager, so that you can really figure out who's in the driver's seat right now. Because I feel like a lot of you are feeling restricted by rules or restricted by your moral compass, and you want to break free and you want to fuck shit up, or you want to be rebellious. And if you do it, you're going to end up paying for it. Just wait. Some of you may be interested in like polyamory or some kind of like unconventional spiritual practice. Some of you may be finding yourself drawn to anything that is like aggressively non-traditional. And you just need to let yourself research. Don't make moves yet. Just give yourself the information. And I feel like this season, your season, you're becoming your own teacher. And there's wisdom within you that wants you to access it. Like, you're needing to learn how to trust yourself ultimately. Please clarify Judgment, because y'all have been sitting on the fence about something. And I feel like all of a sudden you're going to be finding the courage deeper into your season. The closer we get to Libra season, you're going to find the courage to stand up for something, stand up for yourself, stand up for someone. There's like new reasons to live, feeling refreshed, really looking forward to moving on, really looking forward to the next step. You may find like you have a new calling on life or something, or like some of you also are finally ready to account for the wrongs that you've done. You're really ready to face yourself, or this Scorpio is really ready to face themselves, or somebody from the past is coming out ready to face themselves. I just feel like that's what I'm saying. Don't do anything fucked up because you'll get found out. And I feel like some of you, like, you feel the shift coming. You're sensing the rebirth. You know that there's an awakening or a breakthrough that's coming through. But there's going to be some sort of like moment of truth. Please clarify judgment. How does judgment manifest for Virgo? Sun, moon, getting free. Some of you, that's what I'm saying. There's something, and you get free by way of understanding your subconscious mind, studying what happened to yourself in your childhood so that you can transmute those breakthroughs, those betrayals into breakthroughs. Some of you are starting to finally transform all of that, like abandonment wounds and the trauma bonds and the ways that you were hurt, the ways you were feeling left out in the cold. You're finally transmuting your pain into power and offloading this emotional baggage so you can really move forward at the pace that you want, and then start experiencing what it is that you want, what you've been wishing for, which all along is the ability to be intimate and bare and naked and transparent. But it's got to start with the God of your understanding first. I feel like this season is making you aware of the outdated patterns and behaviors that no longer serve you. And you're being called out. The trumpet of truth is sounding in your life, and it's time to take a stand. It's time to tell the truth. It's time to face or accept a situation. It's time to become a leader. This is just a majorly karmic season for you, a majorly karmic time in your life. And you know what needs to change. Please clarify the Four of Pentacles. Ooh. Yeah, you're keeping yourself blind to the fact that you're upset and that you need recovery and you need a new balance, a new flow. You need to give yourself time and patience. What does Virgo need to let go of? Trying to take justice into your own hands, trying to like get revenge, trying to like get somebody back, or trying to make things go in your way. You need to let go of trying to do the divine's job. And all you need to focus on is developing your emotional maturity, your creative and spiritual maturity, so that you're in this a position to heal and receive this new knowing, this new crown that the divine's trying to give you. So you can get back to you and become this very, very special, secure, aware, intuitive, psychic version of you. And that version of you gets to work hard and play hard and experience romance and fun. All you have to do is stop trying to control the tide. The more you white knuckle this fucking wheel, the harder it's going to throw your ass off, and the harder the lesson is going to be. Let go, quit fighting, face your fears, face what has a hold on you. And then, oh my God, there's all this peace that's available to you when you stop trying to control everything and start conversing with the God of your understanding. You're going to kind of kick yourself when you realize how easy it was to just do this, to let fucking go, ask for help, get in a place of receptivity, and then bam, all of a sudden there's stability in the realm of your mind. All of a sudden there's stability in your heart, stability in your life. And then you get to get out of your comfort zone and pursue your dreams and turn your back on the bullshit. I love you. Happy birthday, baby. You got this.